Hey.
Hey.
Well, hey.
Look who's here on a Saturday.
Yeah, waiting for our special guest, Nicholas Loves Nietzsche, to show up.
That's right. He paid $25 in super chats on Captive Desk's channel in order to have this discussion. I hope. Well, maybe he will show up just in the Nicholas of time, and maybe he won't have wasted his $25. Also, I hope if he does waste his $25, actually, even if he doesn't, even if he shows up, I hope he's not like a financial advisor to anybody or some sort of money and investment related person, because that was just like the worst investment of anybody's dollars in time.
Yeah.
Because A, Dave would have talked to him anyway or set up a talk with him anyway, like here, and B, $25 just to get broadband time for a not to be insulting or self-deprecating, kind of a small channel.
Yeah, a little tiny channel.
This doesn't seem worth that.
Okay, it is noon in Michigan, right? Eastern time?
Yes, it's noon Eastern time.
Okay, that's what we set it up for.
Well, I'm just hoping that some of our regulars show up just to say hi in the chat, but there could be probably something else going on that's bigger than us. I know Art Raw has his Blasphemers Bible segment going on right now. I don't know if that's a live thing or a recording.
Oh, that's right. I don't know. Not sure. We have nobody wait. Well, we have like 3 people arrive so far.
I don't know who the third person is because there's me and you, and so we have one person.
Well, we had 2 people, but now we're down to 3 again. So, Sophia of Athens. Hello, Sophia.
Hey, how's it going?
That sounds real biblical or something. No, it sounds Greek.
That's midnight.
A little Greek. Oh, midnight. Yeah, I talked to Midnight this morning. Anyway.
You want to send Midnight a link just to our up possibly?
Oh, we don't want to. I'm throwing you out.
I know. Well, we can throw him out too. In fact, it would give me great pleasure. But
throw him out?
Yeah, but just to say hi to him. I mean, we may actually have time. So Sophia of Athens, do you want a link to pop in and say hi? It would be temporary because we are expecting somebody for Mike to talk to. Maybe we'll get some reaction here. Or maybe it was just a howdy on their way to something else.
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Is it bad production to value or practice to mention that there are other live streams out there?
No, please. We don't want people watching us, for Christ's sake, Scott. If there are other streams, everybody should flee.
Bree is live. So
shit.
Channel, yeah. Live
How long is Bree? How long does Bree go?
As long as it takes. It's always very good and entertaining. Yeah, so we have the Blasphemers Bible is live. Amy Newman is live talking about the new pope.
Shit.
This crazy guy called Answers in Atheism is live. Of course, we mentioned Bree. Then there's Midas Touch. Clickbait is live right now. Let's see. There's a few I've never heard of under live. You have that menu item live in the YouTube app.
Yeah, so maybe it's a good thing if he doesn't show up because it's a really bad time. But people can watch it on the uptake. I mean,
yeah.
I always get more views on live than I do. About 100 more views. So anyway, Saturday Night at the Atheist is getting a lot of live views. I set up a stream for Friday Night at the Atheist, which is Fanata.
So we'd be fanatics.
Because I almost went live last night, but then I decided not to. Oh my God, Scott Duke is here. Oh, wait a minute. That's you.
Yeah,
I got excited when I saw a new guy, how quickly I forget. Anyway, let's see. Oh, yeah. I've been getting Reacteria from.
Forrest Doc High.
Yeah, I've been getting tons of recommendations, going all the way back 3 years. And I just got one on the dude in Canada, the Answers in Genesis guy, Kelvin or whatever his name is.
Calvin Smith, yeah. Smarmy jerk face is what I call him.
He is so bad. It's just unbelievable. I wanted to review some of his stuff because he's so bad, but he sprinkles it all over the place. I wish he would condense all his bad into one video. But the one I just got, 12 something about debunking or destroying the 12 best evidence for evolution in 12 minutes or something like that. That one sounded like fun. I don't know what they mean by best evidence. Best evidence for evolution is not really a thing. I wish they'd quit talking like that. They're full of shit.
Precisely, it's what has the most support. What model has the most support from?
No, that isn't what they're asking. They're asking for one little fossil or one little fish or something like that. They're asking for this one slam. Oh, this is the best evidence for evolution, and I'll destroy it. And that's not how the theory works at all.
Number one bests do not a scientific theory prove or disprove.
Right.
It's a spectrum of evidence with different ranges of certainty and fit to a model, and just gotta learn to live with that. Life is more complicated than the simple answers that you want to hear. And even the Christian canon in the New Testament talks about or warns against speakers who say what your itching ears want to hear, and I think that's what happens when people are wanting the one thing that overturns evolution or the one thing that proves evolution. It's a faulty expectation.
Yep, it is. It looks like it might be a no-show here. Let me see. What the hell is that? Start cam.
Here's a question. Can you have two live streams running on the same channel at the same time? I guess not. I guess that was a dumb question.
No, maybe you can. Why not?
Okay, side chat. Why don't you attack my stupidity because I feel stupid?
No, I think I don't see any reason why you couldn't. You're doing two different channels with. There's no reason why you couldn't. You may end up with lag problems, but I don't know. I'm not sure. So for the hell of it, I asked ChatGPT what truth was, and it only thought about it for 27 seconds.
Wow.
Truth is one of those concepts like justice, beauty, or free Wi-Fi that feels perfectly clear until you try to pin it down. They've been sparring over it for 2,500 years, and the debate now stretches from Aristotle's but that's my complaint with philosophers is they'll come up with something like truth, which is a word that applies in a number of different situations, and they'll try to make it like some sort of ontology, right? Which I think is a big mistake.
Well, they turn it from a poem, from a poetic idea, truth. There's the little t truth, which is just those things that match reality, correspond to reality. just as kind of a general way. And then the truth, the things that make my all the different, are they hormones like dopamine or all the things that keep you coming back, give you those fuzzy feelings. It becomes a poetic ideal, and then they turn around and try to make it something concrete and real. And that's where the fundamentalists and conservative Christians kind of,
and then they end up fighting for 2,500 years.
yeah
Because it just doesn't. Okay, we have the correspondence theory, the coherence theory, the pragmatic theory, deflationary, and I've been accused of being pragmatic, but I don't like that because it's just what works. I think that's kind of a cop out, but it is sort of pragmatic because when I think about truth, I think about a particular situation. Is it true that I have coffee in my cup? Which is a proposition, right? And so what is truth? Truth would be if there is coffee in my cup, I can see it, but I can also drink it. So truth, I think, is always about an organism doing some action. So truth is about action when you think about it. When you think about a proposition, are there going to be any Barbie dolls at the Walmart on Christmas? Okay. And the answer to that is no. The truth of that is basically established, but why does it matter at all? I mean, you're guessing what's going to happen in the future, and you're guessing what's going to be on the shelves in the store. The only thing that matters is if I drive to Walmart on Christmas, before Christmas, and there are no Barbies on the shelves, then I can say, no, there aren't. And those little tiny baby 15-year-old girls will only get $4 instead of 37. So that's reality, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder what I think people each, if they reflect on it, have what Thomas Kuhn called the paradigm, a paradigm of what truth is. And for me, it's George of the Jungle. Watch out for that tree. Am I, and you've heard me say this before, and you're probably falling asleep as I'm mentioning it again. You are either about to collide with that tree or you're not. And the answer to the question or the statement, I am not going to collide with that tree, is either true or false. And if you choose false, you die or brain damaged or whatever. If the answer is true, that I am not going to climb that tree, then you live to see another day. So our brains develop an ability to choose between realities based on the evidence. And to me, that's the paradigm. And I wonder, for people listening, such as Sophia of Athens, James, I would be interested in hearing, as well as Dave, our dying son, hello, you as well. What is your basic paradigm of what truth is? You've heard mine. I put it out there. George of the Jungle, watch out for that tree.
Oh shit! I just woke up, Scott. What were you saying?
You've heard it before. Watch out for that tree. Are you about to hit that tree or not? Yes or no? You have the ability to perceive, and yep. If your perception aligns with reality, you have truth.
You see that involves an action. You're walking.
Yeah, it definitely does. Mm-hmm.
Or if the tree is falling on where you're standing, then you're going to have to flee away. So it always involves action. So it's always about a living organism taking some action. So when they say, what do you need as a standard for truth? Well, the standard for truth is not to get squashed by the fucking tree.
To me, that's a meaningless question that has no content. Nobody ever asks that question in that way. And since you're special and you do, you're basically, you're asking a dumb question.
Yeah. So the standard would be like, the correspondence theory or coherence theory or whatever, or the pragmatic or the deflationary myth. Okay, ascribing truth adds no substantive property. Saying P is true just affirms true. That's the minimalist deflationary concept. Let's look into that one here. Oh, my microphone's right in front of that. If truth is thin, why does it do heavy lifting in logic, science, and normativity? That's a persistent worry. Philosophers always have some worry, persistent worries. I think they should be taking Xanax. I think that would help philosophers. Because every time they come up with something, somebody else comes up with, oh, well, my worry is blah, blah. Yeah, take a Xanax, chill pill. Take a chill pill.
Okay,
I'm not
one response to my question is, if reality has it, okay, I'm on the wrong tab, okay. If reality, okay, you're ahead of me. If reality has it, it's true. Truth doesn't care about our desires or choices or free will illusions. And then Dave tells us truth is our best understanding of things. That can change.
Yeah, those are like, okay, Dave's version there is an overall concept of truth. Like, we're talking about truth as like when you talk about beauty, you're talking about some human word or some concept that's very expansive. So that's an expansive version of what truth is, right? And
beauty to me as a category is just a statement of what we value.
And truth is the same way. Yeah. This overarching concept of truth, and those things you're not going to be able to pin down an ontology for those things, right? Well, Dave just did. Truth's our best understanding of things that can change.
Which to me sounds close to the category here, coherence.
Pretty close to pragmatic too. What works? Truth is membership in the maximally coherent web of beliefs, which I like. So coherence is probably what I'm closer to. So I'm somewhat in between pragmatism and coherence. Truth only matters when you have some action to take, something that you're something that's going to affect you in some manner. I don't know. Okay, fact. Sophia. Fact, I am sitting at my desk. Fact, I get up and go to the kitchen. Both states are true based on different factors. Therefore, truth and facts are relative. Okay. Yeah, it's going to change depending on your environment and you changing, as you go along. So yeah, truth would be relative in that. And
we have this one here. Our dying son. Which one is phenomenological truth? And you might want to refresh my memory. Other than phenomenological truth, what other truth is there?
It'd be the truth that you find or something. Modern refinements, and we got more to read here.
Dang! There was a down arrow, wasn't there?
But let's see. So, what is phenomenal? Wow, phenomenal. Yeah, goddamn, that's too much typing. Okay, thinking for 27 seconds. Relative equals not equal to subjective. There you go. Is an adjective that signals treating something as it appears in the lived experience. Okay, so that would be phenomenological. And Husserl, Heidegger, and Merleau-Ponty are the big players in that. So phenomena is, what's happening to you, basically. Lori Hayes. Oh, David's here. Okay, well, let's go back up here and see what else we have. How these pieces interact. Okay. Naturalizing truth. Oh, it's starting to get to know me. ChatGPT is getting to know me. Getting to know me. It sounds like a Native American name for a lake. I went to Lake Getting to Know Me the other day. Semantic theories and Tarski deliver a rigorous formal correspondence in model theory. Truth equals satisfaction in a structure. Crucial for computer science and formal semantics, but skirts metaphysical questions about why the structure maps reality. So they're taking just a model approach where, truth is something that we model in logic, but it's not necessarily something that maps to reality. And I believe it does map to reality because we live every day and we have all kinds of true and false things. We walk through a door instead of walk through the wall. It's true that there is a door there. It is true that I'm heading for the door. It's true that I have walked through the door. So, and then it's true that I'm on the other side of the door, right? Okay. Did you know? Oh, yeah, you have a granddaughter. And she's going to learn duct tape technology very soon.
That's right. Sophia, basically, there was a point in time where Laurie Hayes's / Dave's granddaughter was about, I guess, maybe 4, maybe 5, and she used to tie him up to a chair for fun with duct tape, and we thought that was funny. I wonder how old she is now and how she's doing there, but yeah, that's where that duct tape reference comes from. I'm going to give my granddaughter a roll of duct tape when she's old enough. Right now, she's only like 8 months old, so probably not. She'll just like put her mouth around it and try to eat it or something. But we'll give her some duct tape maybe when she's 4 or 5, and see what kind of tradition we can develop there.
Yep. Okay, plurals and domain-specific truth. We're getting in the weeds here. Crispin Wright, Michael Lynch. Michael Lynch, I thought he was a biologist, molecular biologist, argue for alethic pluralism. Moral truths may behave differently from physical truths. Okay, that has to do with morality. I don't care. Revisionary fixes for paradox. Kripke's fixed point models, Gupta, Belknap, revision theory. Yep, we could go a lot deeper. I don't think we want to go that deep. Foucault. How do you say his name? I think it's Foucault. I'm not sure. Rorty, Richard Rorty. And some social epistemological camps treat truth as a title society bestows when a discourse gains power or utility. Those are all pretty broad and pretty out there, and not the kind of truth I'm interested in. I'm interested in the organismal truth that works for amoebas as well as it works for humans. So, anyway. Okay, reliabilism, teleosemantics, predictive processing, active inference. Frist and Clark with the, what is it? What does he call them? Bayesian layers or whatever.
Bayesian, like
Bayesian layers.
Yeah.
What does he call them? There's a name, and I forgot the damn name. Let's see. Those are kind of cool because they have to do with causality and locality and all that. How these pieces interact. Okay, correspondence, coherence, pragmatic. So they give you all the bullshit philosophy stuff. And I like to make it a lot simpler. Open problems, liar style paradoxes, metaphysical quietism versus serious naturalism. Some analytic philosophers embrace deflation to avoid metaphysics. That would be me. Naturalizers argue that avoiding ontology ducks the explanatory work. Yeah, that would be a criticism of me, avoiding the ontology. Well, if you want to talk about ontology, either the electron is there or it's not. That would be ontology. Pulling it all together, your reductive biological framework for truth already echoes. So, yeah, I have talked to ChatGPT before about this. And it remembers that I had a reductive biological framework for truth that we had on the paper, right? You remember the paper?
I remember.
You remember?
Okay, so it's been 25 minutes or so since the scheduled start time. I don't see that any link has been clicked that would bring Nicholas into the backstage. We have that other stream set up. Do you want to just continue into that topic from here, or do you want to ask everybody to go put out the link to the stream, in the side chat and have everybody click on it and let's start that one. Which would you like to do?
Let's see. I set it up for sometime in the future, so I don't want to do that yet. But I think everybody should go over and watch Bree or
okay.
Amy Newman or somebody like that. Apparently, Nicholas loves Nietzsche is a beta. He debate me, bro, in the chat, but then he doesn't show up in person. When it comes right down to it, he's afraid to show up. Unless he thought for some reason, like I do, he'll show up at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Or 1 o'clock his time, because I always do time zones wrong. So I don't want to judge him too harshly yet. Maybe he'll get back to me. But
maybe you could change the thumbnail to this stream to a banner that says, Nicholas, we showed up at the scheduled time, but you did not. See you later. Or call, inquire again.
I want to respond to Midnight here. A deep hatred of philosophers, yes, but not of philosophy. I love philosophy. I just really don't like what philosophers have done with it, for the most part, because of all this bullshit, because of all this, it could be this and it could be that, but I have these worries, and then Tarski's paradox and blah, blah, blah. It's like, try to do something that where you actually come up with a result. That's what I would like. And that's what, Scott, you and I are going to talk about that paper at some point. So we're going to revisit this topic of truth and explain why I think amoebas deal with truth and falsity as well as we do. So my reductive biological approach.
So is there a super amoeba that they all worship and have amoeba wars to decide who's right about their amoeba deity?
Well, most amoebas aren't let into the club because they don't have a truth standard.
Yeah, they don't have
they don't have a standard for truth. What is ultimate and what is relative reality according to Buddhism? Oh, that would be an interesting one, Demeter. Our dying sun, everyone is a philosopher. Some just get paid for it. There you go. Okay, I think we're going to end this. I think everybody should go watch Bree. I didn't realize I'd stepped on Bree. Our guest did not. I don't know. Our guest did not show up. Is Bree still on, guys? I'm pretty sure Bree's still on. It usually is. I forgot it was Saturday.
Let's see.
I was all ramped up to talk to this guy. God damn it.
That's the way it goes, man. You get no-shows. How many no-shows have there been in the history of YouTube? Lots of them.
Yeah, for me, though, only about 2. I think this is the second one I got stood up. I don't take to getting stood up.
Bree is still live, and I will grab the link. Yep.
Yep, we're going to get out of here. So, guys, like this video anyway. But the truth concept is really interesting because that's one of the things that the pre-suppers will attack atheists on. And I think we know how to handle it. We need to come up with ways of handling their bullshit because it is bullshit. They're saying, oh, there's this capital T truth out there in the universe and God made it, which is bullshit.
Yeah, I don't understand what a capital T truth is.
Yep. Let's get out of here, Scott.
All right.
Okay, we're leaving. Goodbye, cruel world.
Bye, everybody. See you tonight at Snetter.
Yep. Yeah.